Hey, Titus.
Hello
Hey,
there.
how are you? What's going on, man?
Not too much. How you been?
Good, good, good. Nice
Been a
shirt.
couple
I
years.
see you. You
Yeah,
always rock the
my
colors.
Everybody counts or nobody
my
counts.
Yeah.
setup's bad because you can't even see. I've got my Coltrane shirt, but
Oh,
Oh,
wow, look
just
at
doesn't
that.
show up.
Hey,
So
so
yeah,
good to see you guys.
good to see you too, with Tracy and Mike from the Everybody Counts podcast for so many shows, and thank you for talking to us today. I think Mike's going to kick us off.
Oh, if I
First
have to.
question.
So, Titus, I was curious. Did you enjoy that fight scene with Max Martini in the boat? And what can you tell us about that scene?
Did I enjoy it? I don't know about that. Yeah, Max is an old friend of mine.
Nice.
I mean, we've known each other for, oh my goodness, 24 years, 25 years.
Wow.
So I was very excited first and foremost when he came on because I knew he was going to, bring something to Ellis that was going to punch it off the page. No pun intended. That fight was very well choreographed by Alex, our fight coordinator, and also we had doubles for some. Obviously, that's not us going crashing through a window and things like that, but it was a very real fight, and so that part of it. And when you stage a fight in the cabin of a boat, there's nowhere to really move, so it had to be
Mhm.
really precise. And Alex Daniels, he's our coordinator and choreographer. I mean, it took a lot of time to shoot so many different pieces. I thought they cut it together really, really well.
Hmm.
Yep.
Um, and look, when you're working with somebody that because Max is a very athletic guy. He's a boxer and jujitsu guy as well. So nobody ever wants to get hurt, and the only time I've ever
Yeah.
been hit was by an actor. I've never had a stunt double hit me. But it was a perfect blend. We had a good time doing it. We had a good time doing it. But when you're restricted to the confines of this little tiny cabin, and then the fantail of the boat. But I thought it really came off well. It's pretty brutal. I mean,
Hmm.
Yeah.
the difference is that, well, they both. I mean, Harry will kill him if he has to, and obviously he doesn't stick a knife in him because he just wants to wound him. I mean, his
Right.
intent is at that point because he knows that Ellis is a psychopath and he's a sadist, right? I mean, he truly.
Hmm.
But that's a long-winded way of saying, yeah. I mean, you get dinged up and whatever, and we were in the marina and it was 8,000 degrees, but that's
Wow.
that's living a dream.
There you go.
Nice.
It was very well done.
Yes.
Yes. And for you, Mimi, it feels like Maddie and Honey have really leaned into Honey's role as sort of a surrogate mother figure to Maddie. Do you think Honey is surprised at all that Maddie has sought her out in this way over the years?
well, it's interesting. I don't think it's surprising. I think that particularly in the season where Maddie worked for me,
Hmm.
um, I think there's something that they're both getting out of this almost parental relationship. And there aren't many chances in the show to see kind of the softer side of
Hmm.
Chandler.
Right.
But in an odd way, Maddie and Chandler and Bosch have become this weird family.
Hmm.
But
Yes.
it's kind of wonderful because as much as Bosch and Chandler can come head to head and sparks will fly, I think they ultimately both really care for each other.
Hmm.
And I think Chandler has legitimately come to love Maddie and have this almost maternal and protective feeling towards her.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Um, so it doesn't surprise me. I think, you know, Maddie, the character, is missing something in her life. And I think Chandler, as you've seen over the years, there's very little of her personal life. that we really get to see or know. But I think there's something kind of missing in her life that her affection and her relationship with Maddie helps to fill. And like I said, I particularly like it because you do get to see this very different side of this woman.
Yeah, it's very special. And I particularly like the choice of the In-N-Out burgers when you all were having the talk on Honey's porch. It just kind of, because you, like you said, it's a softer side of Honey Chandler, but that also sometimes with that choice, it brings sort of a not so upscale side either, you know, just
Well,
really down to earth.
I'm really glad that you mentioned it, because I don't like to brag very much, but having the In-N-Out was actually my idea.
It was great.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And I just thought, you know, we're outside and we're eating something, and just knowing, it shows how much I kind of know her.
Yes, yes.
Because the In-N-Out thing is something that Maddie and Harry do all the time. So it shows that I know her.
Right.
And it also shows, you know, I don't have to have Eggs Benedict.
Right, right.
In-N-Out burgers just fine.
It was a great choice. It was perfect.
Thank you.
Alrighty. For the last question, I believe we have, this is for both of you. We joke that Harry and Honey are now kind of have shared custody of Mo. How is that working out for both characters using his services?
That's a good way to look at it. Shared custody. Yeah, well, they do have that, and I think now. And by the way, just how great was Stephen Chang? I mean, he's really emerged. He's made that character. You want to talk about twists and turns? I felt like, and then I'll answer the actual question. the workaround, the manipulation of Chandler and Chang and Mo with the FBI was genius.
Yes.
And you know, kudos to, well, it's not on the page, that, right? That's really something you have to act. And Mimi and Steven just crushed those aha moments, the happy hour moment, and when Mo says Jade Quinn's actual name.
Yes.
Yep.
And I know what's happening. I know it. I mean, obviously, I'm on the show. I read the scripts and blah blah blah. But when those moments hit, I literally would pause them and hit Mimi and Steven with a round of applause, because that was the yes, because you really wanted that. Anyway, now I've completely gone off track.
It's all
That's
good.
what the original question is. You asked me what time it is. I tell you how to make a watch, but Mimi will have a much better answer than I do.
I think in terms of sharing Mo, I think if we're working on the same case, Harry's fine with it. I think if we're not working on the same case, I got the sense that Harry might be a little bit annoyed and a little bit possessive of that relationship, and then sort of like, hey, like, I'm the guy you work for. What are you doing?
I could see that. Yeah, like he was mine first, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it's definitely fun seeing both characters work with him. It's a great combination. We'd like to finish off with just sort of a rapid fire choices. So you pick one or the other for both of you, and you answer from your own perspective as Titus and Mimi, not as your characters. So Mike's got the first choice for you.
Alrighty. 10 minutes buried in a box, or 30 minutes on the stand with Honey grilling you.
I'd stay in the box. It's much safer.
I'm really claustrophobic, so I'd have to go with being on the stand.
Okay. That would be my choice as well, but it would be intimidating, no doubt, but I couldn't do the box.
No.
Okay, next choice: take a walk with Coltrane or take a nap with Coltrane.
Oh, nap for sure. Nap with Coltrane.
I kind of like the idea of a nap too.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Then we
He's a
got,
big snuggler. That Brody's a real snuggler. He loves those napping scenes. Believe me.
Oh, nice.
Good to know. Good to know.
A fat tire or a martini?
Ooh, martini at Musso.
Mhm.
for sure.
Sorry, what's a fat tire?
It's a beer.
It's a beer that Harry drinks.
Oh, okay. I'll probably go with the martini.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
All right. All right. The last one, to be assigned to a stakeout or assigned to babysit the twins, aka Annie and Ashley.
Stakeout.
I would have to go with stakeout also.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. I like it. Well, those were our rapid fire questions, and we really appreciate you talking to us. It's always such a pleasure, and appreciate your time.
Yeah,
Great
thank
to see you
guys.
both.
Thank you so much.
Y'all take care. Great
You
season.
too. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.